Hello there. It's time for Most Things Kenobi. Shouldn't it be All Things Kenobi?
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Most Things Kenobi, a podcast about Obi-Wan Kenobi and all things Star Wars. I'm your host Lauren.
And I'm your host Leanne.
And this week, we have a little bit more of a light topic for you than we've had the last couple episodes. Today, we're going to discuss planets from the Star Wars galaxy.
Yes, and I'm actually really excited for this because so we've been pretty heavy the past couple episodes, which is fine. I do love getting into stuff like that, those heavier topics, and kind of exploring them. But damn it, sometimes it's just fun to go on and on about planets.
Yeah, now we gotta lighten things up a bit.
Yeah, which, I mean, we can talk about our favorites and which ones we think are underrepresented and which ones we think are overrepresented, like Geonosis.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we haven't discussed this ahead of time, so it'll be interesting to see if we have similar favorites or any overlap.
Yeah, I absolutely hate Geonosis, so I'm going to pick on it in this episode. So I appreciate it for its importance.
Brain-eating worms that,
right?
Like, make you a hive mind with a scary bug queen. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Hard pass on Geonosis.
Yeah, hard pass. No, thank you.
All right, so let's just get into the fun of it because let's talk about our favorites. You may know my favorite because I think I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but
I have a suspicion of what your favorite is.
I have a suspicion about yours too.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, very interesting.
We're both rubbing our beards very Kenobi-like.
Yeah, right. The beards that we
both
have.
did it. All right, so my favorite, Alderaan.
Oh, I was gonna guess Hoth.
Really? That's
yes.
a close second. That's a close second. It's a damn close second. But Alderaan looks like geographically where I've chosen to live currently in my life. Mm-hmm. And I can't get over the beautiful mountains and the greenery and the cool architecture, the brief amounts that we get to see of like Bail and Bria's
space castle.
Yes, space castle. But yes, Hoth is a close second, very close second, because I love winter, I love snow, which also kind of ties into the Alderaan thing because they have massive mountain peaks and beautiful alpine scenery and stuff, which I totally dig.
Yes, well, that's my favorite planet also.
Is it?
Yep, it is. Alderaan.
I was going to say Jeddah, because you really like Jeddah.
It's I am not a desert person, but like the ancient Jedi temple, like the holy city, that is my jam. And like all the I don't even know if they're Jedi statues, whatever, the massive bearded, hooded gentlemen who are like tipped over in the desert. I love
Rogue
that
One.
stuff.
That's cool. I want to see more. I wish there was more. We need more. That's all.
Yeah. Well, and there's a comic book, Ashes of Jeddah, I think, that's Luke goes to Jeddah, and there's still a gaping hole in the ground from when the Death Star blew the city to pieces. Yeah. And it's a really dark, depressing comic. It was actually pretty heavy. But prior to that, I don't like deserts. I wouldn't live there. It seemed kind of like a cold desert, so I think I could have handled that.
It did. They had a lot of, at least in Rogue One, they had heavier garments on and heavy jackets, and so
it reminds me of Nepal, kind of footage I've seen of Nepal. So it's very arid, but also cold because it's at such a high elevation, and yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, Alderaan I would live there. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And we get extra snippets of it in the Clone Wars, which thank you for giving us more Alderaan.
Yeah.
Because gone too soon. Gone but not forgotten. Alderaan.
We need to make some sort of badge or button or something that says R.I.P. Alderaan or too soon Alderaan.
Yeah, too soon. Gone too soon. And then the planet. Honestly, merch idea, I'm for it.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, and I just I think because Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Mine too.
And Hoth is just... It's so different because it's such an extreme contrast to the Tatooine that we got in A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a great place to hide. You know.
Because who wants to go there?
Who the fuck is going to want to go to this ice ball, you know? But I just love, like, I don't know. I love their underground, like the Rebels underground. With the, you know, the giant garage door, if you will, for lack of a better term, that closes and keeps the night out, and the hallways that are white and Leia's white outfit and the whole thing. I just love it. I just love it.
I love the winter outfits that they have, and I love Tauntauns.
Amazing. Yeah, me too. The poor things.
The sounds
Those
they make.
poor damn things.
I know. They're so innocent.
Seriously. But Hoth has become kind of an icon, at least if you go to Disney. They came out with a line of clothing now that for you know, Star Wars world, they have Tatooine, Andor, and Hoth. So like the three main featured planets from the original trilogy. Yeah, but now they're expanding. They've got Mustafar's on there, and Naboo, and they've got, you know, Loungefly does backpacks of all the different planets, and they have which is sitting right here.
I was going to say.
My Star Wars Been There series of mugs, which, you know,
got the great mugs.
It mimics, you know, the Starbucks,
you
know, Been There series.
Yeah, when you travel, they're like, what are they called? Like tourist mugs, kind of.
Totally. Yeah, and today's choice, Dagobah.
What do you got today? Dagobah. Nice.
Yes. Which also a planet I would not choose to live on. Too many snakes.
Oh, I could not survive there.
Terrible humidity. I would never have a good hair day, not once.
Same.
Not that I do right now,
but also the snakes are just a no for me. I can't. I would literally have a heart attack and die.
Okay, but shout out to Mark Hamill and the gif that came out of him pulling that live snake out of like the engine of the X-Wing, and it's like, the fucker bit me. Like, I love him. And I love that happened.
He's so like a lover of animals. He said that Snake was molting and that it was, you know, his own fault for not grabbing it the right way, but still, like, he's a really good sport. There were snakes all over he said there's a scene, I think he said, in the hut with Yoda, one started to go up his pant leg, and he just...
Oh, no, thank you, no!
He just kept going. I was like, that's a committed actor.
That's a man dedicated to his craft, but I would have been out of there so fast.
Seriously.
Maybe that's why he bonked his head in the one scene. Because he
Maybe.
was trying to get away from the snake.
I'd have been like, I'm in my trailer forever until these snakes are offset.
Done.
Yeah, I will say I love Mustafar for many reasons, but part of it is because I'm a big geology nerd and I love rocks, which you know.
That makes sense.
And all the volcanic action there is fucking awesome for a geology nerd.
What was the planet in Clone Wars where they also had a lot of lava? It was during the Citadel arc. Wasn't that also... What planet was that? That was also very Mustafar-ish because it had, you know, those poison pits and a lot of lava, a lot of magma.
Yeah, that planet was freaking amazing. It says planet Lola Seyu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
This is why I couldn't remember it, because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, because we only I don't even know if they say the name of the planet in the episode. They just talk about going to, quote, the Citadel.
The Citadel, yeah.
That place is awesome.
I know,
yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, I have the Vader Immortal.
Yes, and I am so jealous.
Dude, when you come visit, I'm forcing you to play the whole
You don't have to. You ain't got to tell me twice.
It was like an emotional, spiritual experience to play. But you land on Mustafar, and I was like standing at the helm of this ship as it comes down, and I'm just staring side to side at the lava pits and just freaking out as you land at Vader's castle. I was just like, this is the thing I've waited my whole life to experience.
And if you had that reaction, imagine what mine is. I'm probably going to cry into the headset.
Dude, the minute the door opens and Vader walks up to you and you're face to face with him, all I could think of was Leanne has to play this game. It's amazing. I love VR. It's so much fun.
You know, the only time I've ever done VR, and it was actually Star Wars related, it was in Disney World in Florida, and it was within the past 2 years. It was the Star Wars experience. I don't actually remember the title because who cares? But you put these jetpacks on, and you have like fake blasters and fake, stun guns and stuff, and
wow.
And you're posing as stormtroopers doing a secret mission, and I believe it was for Cassian Andor.
Oh, nice.
And it had like the Rogue One twist to it. And you end up, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't done it, but you end up coming into contact with Vader, and he literally sticks his hand out and like grabs the gun, and the gun just falls out of your arm. It's like, how do they do that? It's,
That's
magnets
amazing.
or something. But I literally screamed, and my 2 friends were there with me. Embarrassing. I screamed, "I'm ready, take me. I'm ready for you to take me." And I just quit playing whatever the VR experience was, and I was like, "Take me." That was in public. So if I'm doing your VR in private, it's going to be worse.
I was thinking, like, if you ever got your own, like, Oculus headset and this game, you would never come out of it. You would just go live inside VR forever because it's so amazing.
I would be that person.
Well, and I'm not even a big gamer, and when I play VR, I'll play it, like, for 8 hours at a time.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
I remember because you sent me a picture and you had like the lines around your face, like ski goggle style.
Yeah, except it's from having my face rubbed off by the headset.
I love it.
I don't care. I have actually had it bruise the bridge of my nose.
No way.
Because it has a little plastic part in where it sits on your nose. And you're technically supposed to like make it tight enough that it doesn't sit on your nose, but my head is a weird size, I guess. I don't know.
I love that.
And like playing Beat Saber, like you're swinging lightsabers, is just.
I've seen people on Twitch play that, and it looks fun, and I would be terrible at it.
It's so much fun. It's such a good time. Anyway, sorry to get us way off topic, but that's part of why I love Mustafar because I've been there.
Yes, I love that. I love that. It's a good reason, and it's not. I don't think. Maybe I'm just out of touch, but I don't think a lot of people appreciate Mustafar. I think. Or maybe you're not vocal about it. I mean, there's the planets like Naboo, which everybody loves, right? For good reason. It's gorgeous, right? But you don't automatically hear someone say, "I really like Mustafar," so that's cool.
Yeah, I would live in Vader's castle. That's totally my vibe.
I would too, but for totally different reasons. I would try and psychoanalyze poor Vader back to being Anakin and tell him there's a life out there that he's missing.
If you just listen to me, I swear I can save you.
I swear I can help you. Oh. So, speaking of Naboo, do you like it?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. I can appreciate it for its waterfalls, which were made of salt, right? Didn't they use salt? They
was that salt. The trick they used?
That's the trick they used, yeah.
Very cool.
Which I find very cool, but...
That's cool.
It's a little... Oh, I don't want to piss off the Naboo lovers out there.
I know, it's
respect
a little froofy.
It is. This is all opinion-based and not steeped in anything.
I just said I would live in Vader's castle, so I think my style is a little different than Naboo. It's beautiful. It's really pretty and elegant, but it's just not my jam.
No, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too pretty. I like something with a little more flaw. Just like I like my men. Not perfect.
Just missing an arm.
Adorable flaws. Hey. Metal arms for the win.
Just gotta have that metal arm and that little brow scar and you're all set, man.
Anyway. Speaking of.
Yeah, I mean, Naboo's really pretty, but it's... I don't know. I like things... I guess, like, Alderaan is the version of Naboo that I'd like. I like the mountains. I love the really dramatic peaks. I like Raxus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, they actually show it again in the Bad Batch, and it's so beautiful. It looks like autumn all the time. And you know me, fall is my favorite time of year. So, and I like their architecture there, and yeah, I like Raxus. I would live there. Except I guess they have dangerous predators, which I just read that online, but
I mean,
do they come into the city? Am I safe in the city?
yeah, you're probably safe in the city.
Cool.
I mean, you're safe if you're a Jedi, so just scoop you up a Jedi and take them with
Sounds good. I have several I would pick.
Along the same lines, I really love Felucia, and that's basically a pit of things that will attack you, both plants and flora and fauna.
Yes.
But I just love it because it's neon, and that's totally my personality. I love neon stuff. I love colorful things.
Yeah.
It would
It's
be
like
cool as hell to be there at night.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Because the shit glows. And
it'd be like a vaporwave planet.
yes, and you know, we have the vaporwave theme to our logo and to our website, which is amazing.
Both something we love.
Yes. So like I would totally have that aesthetic living on Felucia. And plus they have those little turtle people that are farmers.
Oh my gosh, I love that episode.
That little community is so cute. I could totally get like one of those little one-room house, studio houses and like live there and be a farmer and be
love
peaceful.
those houses. I think that's a great design for a house. A little glass bubble.
Yeah.
Except for being harassed by pirates. Otherwise, it's nice.
Well, you know. they cover a large area of the galaxy, it seems.
That's true.
You're not safe from them.
Oh, I think Lothal is beautiful.
Swallowing my coffee. Lothal is very cool. It's not like any other planet that we see. It's so weird. The coned...
Yeah.
Like, what are those? The rock cones that they have and the sweeping fields and...
It's like a savanna, but also has this crazy, like, force energy and kyber crystals and, like, Jedi temples hiding on it and magical wolves.
Yeah, I know. And I love... Actually, we should do a creature episode because...
Ooh, yeah.
I love those wolves. And I love any kind of symbolism that happens to be, like... We'll say Native American, and the fact that like spirit animals and, you know, symbolism of different animals representing different parts of ourselves and parts of nature and like characteristics of the self. And I connect a lot with the wolves. So the fact that they added that kind of spiritual element to it on that planet, which is heavily spiritual anyway, and a big, you know, battleground, I guess.
Yeah.
In the war. I loved that. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was just a beautiful design. And Rebels had so many, like, really beautiful shots of it. And it was pretty at, like, all times of day, whether it was the afternoon or, like, sunset or, like, they had a couple of moonlit, like, star twinkling shots of it. I think it's so pretty. I'm kind of more about, like, how the planet looks than, like, what it actually is or, like, like, I don't really know anything about the planets necessarily.
We're totally being as fluffy as possible when it comes to this because it's fun. It's fun. There's a whole. Have you seen the galaxy map online? That's like interactive and it's got all the quadrants. It's got all the sectors. You know, it's got. You can click on each one. I've used it to reference a lot of things in like stories and stuff, but it's amazing the amount of creative energy that was put into making this fake galaxy.
It's amazing.
And they keep adding new planets, you know, like Batu, which is, you know, they forced that one, but it's now in canon. And, you know, just the different rims and the different types of planets. It's funny because some planets are ice and their moons are livable, while others are livable planets and their moons are desolate or ice or just, you know, non-livable.
Yeah.
And I find that interesting because we're so used to our own galaxy. The sun, the planets, the farther away from the sun you move, the colder and more desolate it gets, right? Makes sense. But in the Star Wars world, it's neat to think it's just different.
It is. It's really fun. I like that kind of stuff too. Well, and it always makes me think about Jupiter and its many moons and how it has like volcanic moons, and that's how I feel with I mean, is it Orto Plutonia, which is the Pantora is...
Pantora.
Which one is the moon, though? Isn't Pantora the moon?
Yes.
And Orto Plutonia is the planet?
The main planet, yep.
Yeah. Which is a giant
Very cool.
desolate ice ball, just like Hoth.
Yeah. And Pantora seems cool. I wish we had more because I have this vision of what it looks like and we just don't get enough, material. We know about the Pantorans. We got a little more of that.
Gorgeous. I love the way the Pantorans
species.
look. They're a beautiful species.
Beautiful and the cool, like, yellow streaks.
Mm-hmm.
And the streaks mean different things for different clans and different people. And the thing, it's really cool. It's very cool. But I would love to get more into their planet. I would love to see more.
They have an episode in Bad Batch where they go there.
Yes.
It's pretty. I guess they just went to a city, so you don't really get a sense of the whole planet. But it was cool to see it, because you and I both are big Pantoran fans.
Yes, I wish there was more fan art.
Love Rio Chi-Chi.
Yes, Rio represent. She was wonderful.
She was a fun character. And the way she
very composed.
Yeah.
Very
the way
lovely.
she handled that diplomatic issue.
Yeah, that was
on the moon. Or on the planet,
That was a lot.
Yeah. She did a good job, though. Good job, Rio. I also really like... I have no idea how to pronounce this, because I didn't even know what it was called until recently. Lamu. Not sure if I'm saying that right. It's where Galen Erso and his wife and Jin hide.
Iceland.
Yes, and I was going to say, because I went to that location in real life.
You did.
And it's like exactly how it is in the movie. They really didn't change anything, nothing noticeable anyway.
And you sent me pictures from that, and I remember thinking, like, holy shit, she's there.
Yeah.
She's legitimately there.
It was crazy. Like, I was there on a really bad weather day. The wind was blowing so hard that a waterfall we drove by was literally blowing back up. It was coming over the crest of the mountain and came down and then blew off back, curling back up towards the mountaintop.
Holy hell. I mean, I know Iceland is a planet of planet. Listen to me.
It is kind of like
It is kind of. It's a country of extremes as far as, like, geology and weather and just massive waterfalls and massive plains, and just everything seems so beautifully extreme there.
Yeah, it is. I highly recommend to anybody, not that they need any additional plugs, because their tourism is just fine. I don't know during the pandemic, but they were
right.
They were very busy when we went there. But it's one of the only places, if not the only place, that the Mid-Atlantic Ridge is visible above above the sea. It comes up above the ocean, and it's like,
that's very cool.
It's called Pingvalir National Park, and it is amazing and insane. And it's like, of course you would film Star Wars on this country.
Absolutely.
Because it's incredible. And it does look like another planet. The light is really angled because it's so far north latitudinally.
Yes.
And the beaches, at least some of them, I don't think all of them, really do have black volcanic sand.
It's very cool.
It's incredible. I would love to go there with you sometime.
Oh my God. Add it to the list.
What other locations, or what locations would you like to visit in real life?
Like filming locations?
Mm-hmm.
Boy. I don't know. I'm a traveler, but I don't try and seek out places, where... I guess I say that hesitantly because there is a very distinct location that they filmed for a number of scenes in Game of Thrones that I would like to go to.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not the topic of this discussion, but I guess that's one of the only places that I would go. I don't know that I would go, because a lot of their filming locations are deserts, and I'm not a desert person.
Yeah.
But I would, Iceland sounds badass.
Iceland's
I know
awesome.
there's quite a bit of Italian scenery that you can go to for
Naboo.
Yeah. But Italy's on my list anyway, so shout out to our Italians, because I am 100% Italian, and I still have not set foot on your beautiful country, but it's on the list.
Someday you'll make it there.
Yes. Do you have any others?
There's one, like, I would love to go to Skellig Island, which is where Octu is. And it's so funny because back in college, like, I'm a huge British history nerd, and Skellig is in Ireland.
Yes.
And it's this ancient location where, like, monks used to go seclude themselves there, you know, and it's these crazy staircases. Like, all that stuff is actually part of the, like, national history there. And
That's really cool.
Then they announced they were filming there, and I was like, man, now it's so overbooked. I'm never going to be
You're never going to get to go.
I was planning to go there anyway because I like history, and now I can't get there because everybody likes Star Wars.
Right.
It's so amazing. It's just like, it looked like otherworldly to me, and now, of course, it's where Luke went.
Well, keep it on the list. It's bound to slow down, right? I mean, they'll come up with a different planet for something else and a different filming location, and then you'll be free.
Yeah, then I can charter a boat.
You will be free. We're not giving enough love to Tatooine. How do you feel about the planet, the Star Wars planet?
I would hate living there.
I would hate living there. But damn, is it the double sun? So iconic.
Oh,
there
my
isn't
God.
a prettier scene, in my opinion, in all of Star Wars.
It's true.
Than the shots of the two sons and Luke in A New Hope. So great.
It's funny to me, though, because it's like humans forcing themselves on a place that doesn't want them.
Yes. I can think of several locations in real life.
I've lived in a few locations where it's just like, I don't think we're supposed to be here.
Right.
But it's like there's not even any water. Like,
no.
It's the essential building block to surviving as a human besides oxygen. I'll tell you one planet that I think is way overrated.
Yes.
Coruscant.
Oh, totally. Totally.
It's like...
It's just anxiety-inducing if you just look at it.
It's like humans are a virus and they've overrun that planet.
And, like, how many levels do they have? It just keeps going and going and going, and it's like a class system, and it's awful, and, you know... there's a lot that goes on there. I'll tell you a planet I can't stand. Kamino.
Oh, yeah.
How fucking miserable.
I'm terrified of water, and I would not be able to handle that place.
No, too much. It's too much. And
yeah.
I mean, no offense to Kamino, but like, damn. Does the sun ever shine there? Do they have a sun? They must, because you can't generate weather without sun.
Right.
So
well, they have some very friendly seabirds.
Yes. Aw. They do.
They'll rescue you if you fall off.
Doesn't Obi-Wan pat the one?
Yes.
He's such a lover of all creatures, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
I love that.
I do too. A planet I like that maybe other people don't, although people who love Siths probably love this. I like Moraband.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say Dathomir, which I love, and I don't know if a lot of people like it as much, but I think it's cool as hell.
I think people are crazy about Dathomir.
Really?
Yeah, because K. Jones Crafts is making a series of pins for planets, and like they are all over.
On there?
Yeah, the Dathomir pin is like super popular. Yeah.
Shit, I am. Color me wrong. I was.
I think it's because people love the Night Sisters because they're fucking
the Night Sisters are
badasses.
badass. Yes.
Yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it. But like Moraband is creepy as fuck. But like
Moraband is creepy.
I like it though.
It's different. I like that it's very weirdly different.
Yeah, it's like spooky in the way it's pretty, but spooky.
How did you feel about the planets that were featured in The Rise of Skywalker? We got a couple new ones in that one. Exegol being the main one that I'm thinking of, the Sith home planet.
I thought that I liked the name of that one.
Exegol.
Yeah, it's
Execute. execution. That's what I think
it also
of.
sounds like icicle, like exicle. It's just like, yeah, I liked that one. It was cool. It was also dark and weird.
Mm-hmm. I will mention that I'm going to say this as carefully as possible, but one of the redeeming qualities of The Last Jedi as a movie is the fact that we were introduced to Crate, visually speaking.
Oh yeah, I love Crate.
And Crate was very interesting, and I loved the foxes.
Yes,
The
crystal
that was cool.
foxes. Yeah,
the red underneath of the planet's surface.
Yeah.
I thought Crate was visually appealing to me just because of how very different it was. And
yeah, it's frosty with that like red velvet
the red
layer
underneath.
cake.
Yeah, it's definitely like, well, shit, now I'm hungry.
I was gonna say it's time for dessert. It's cake o'clock.
It's cake o'clock. Oh my god, I haven't had a piece of cake in forever, you know? That's really
Me
sad.
either. Sounds really good though.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm ready for some cake.
Well, shit. We went and managed to turn a planet into a red velvet cake that I can't have because I don't have it.
You're welcome, everybody. Enjoy watching those episodes again and not seeing a red velvet cake.
Yeah, really. Shit. Last week, we asked your thoughts on whether or not Obi-Wan should have killed Anakin there on Mustafar. Would things have been different? Should he have just left him like he did? And why do you think that Obi-Wan didn't kill Anakin in those final moments? Derek writes in, I think he couldn't bear to kill him, and after the shape he left him in, I do believe he thought Anakin would die anyways. Even if he did kill him, he probably knew that wouldn't put an end to the events that were unfolding, as Anakin was only the apprentice and the master, the Emperor, still lived. Obi-Wan did have too many feelings at play to give a striking blow, and even when they met again in A New Hope, he couldn't strike him down, and instead sacrificed himself to allow the others to escape. And I think that's an excellent point. I think in the end, Obi-Wan just couldn't do it. He couldn't kill his best friend. He couldn't kill his brother. And I agree with Derek and his response that, yeah, he probably assumed that Anakin was going to die anyway, but it's not the Jedi way, right? Thank you so much, Derek, for writing in. We loved your response. Now, turning it over to our wonderful listeners, tell us. Find us on social media, email us through our website. Tell us, what is your favorite planet and why, if you care to tell us, and which is your least favorite planet and why, because I gotta know. Did we mention any that you love? Did we mention any that you hate? I would love to know.
Yeah, share with us. We're interested. We love hearing you guys' answers. Join us back here next week. We're going to discuss a very different kind of topic for us. We're going to go through our favorite sound effects and maybe even reveal how some of them were created by the brilliant Ben Burtt and Matt Wood.
Yes, and we'll play clips of them in case if there's someone out there who may be unfamiliar. Because we have listeners who may not be as nerdy or geeky as us that, we'll refresh your memory with some clips.
Well, we might have some obscure ones that everyone knows blasters and lightsabers, but maybe we'll find some more obscure stuff that you guys haven't heard before.
Very true. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Most Things Kenobi, the podcast. Remember to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast player. Plus, you can always find us over at mostthingskenobi.com.
So until next time, my space twin, may the Force be with you.
Always.